Matthew here, bathtubrenew.com, porcelain surgeon, yeah, and we are just kicking it on this tub here. We got Jimmy the Machine. He is letting it rip like a headless chicken with his head cut off, running around like a headless horseman. Check this out. Look at this bad boy. Brand new white tub for the tenant that's coming in. So we're gonna make this brand new white here for him. It was done by Bathtub King probably 12, 13 years ago. So we are gonna strip all this off because I don't feel like feathering it. I'll just strip it. We're gonna give Jimmy the Machine in here. He's gonna buzz this with 40 grit first. I'm gonna vacuum it, and then I'm gonna come in with my fresh air right here. We're gonna put our paint stripper on it. Anybody who wants to know what type of paint stripper I use, there it is right there. Stinks like heck. You definitely want to use a full face mask with fresh air on this. And you got to have a confined space fan, because you know what? Your hair will turn green. You get a permanent orange afro. Your hair will fall out and you'll end up passing out in the bathroom and you'll have a heart attack. So let's not do that. So part of Jimmy's Machine's job here is he gets all our batteries lined up here because he knows we're going to be grinding a little bit, doing some sand in here. So these are the fresh batteries. When I'm done using the dead batteries, they go on this side and he charges them up, so by the time we leave the job we're completely charged. Got a little bag out here, that's for all our power tools. We got this guy, this is the best fan ever. Everybody asks me about this fan still. X-Power 12-inch, that's right. She sucks like you wouldn't believe. Actually, my last couple of jobs I haven't used a furnace filter in front of it. I should start doing that again, or I'm going to be buying a newer fan than I want, sooner than I want. All right, let's see what Jimmy the Machine's doing. Oh my God, he's already set up. What the hell? How'd you do this so fast? How'd you get this done so fast? This is why we call him Jimmy the Machine. He's already set up. The most challenging part sometimes in these apartments is trying to, this has to run on its own circuit. Right, you can't have this run on its own on the same circuit as your fresh air, as your confined space fan. You know, the chargers don't matter that much because it's just kind of like a drip of electricity, but we got to try to find ones that run off a different circuit. So hopefully we're spread out enough that we're hitting the different circuits. Let's get going. So we got Jimmy the Machine, he just buzzed it all down with 40 grit real fast. And then now I'm gonna shove on the stripper. Then I'm gonna clean it up. Oh yeah, James, we need some more garbage bags, brother. For the stripper. So we're gonna peel this all off. And we'll just repeat the process every time. So I'm gonna put the stripper on, let it sit for 15 minutes. I'm gonna scrape it with my putty knife, see how much comes off. I'm gonna clean all that stuff off. Then I'm going to wipe it all down with paper towel. Then I'll make a decision if I get enough of it off to be able to peel it with a razor blade by hand. But I got a feeling this is an old epoxy job, so I think we're going to have to do this probably 3 times. So we'll see how it goes. Let's get going. So here we are. It's been about 15 minutes now, and this one is really chemically resistant. Really bad. So, if you notice here, it's just starting to bubble in a few spots. So, this is probably I'm gonna have to apply this 3 times, I'm thinking, to this job, to get it to the point where I don't really have to sand much off it. But that's okay, we're just gonna drink coffee while the chemical does its work. There's Jimmy the Machine. He's getting ready to frickin' pull his hair out because he's ready to rock and roll. So this is the first coat that we put on. Then we scraped it all, wiped it all, cleaned all it off. Then I buzzed it with 40. Then I hand sanded it with 40. And the damn bottom of it barely even touched it. So I took this to the bottom of it, getting all these cracks. Anybody who's reglazed bathtub, you can see all the little waves that are in this guy. So this is going to be my second coat. What you'll notice is if you do it this process, you're not actually working that much. It took me maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to scrape it all into the garbage bag. I say 10 minutes. Scrape it all in the garbage bag, buzz it, wipe it down, buzz it, and then grind the bottom a little bit. But what you'll notice is when you do that the second time, your 40 grit really bites into it. It really makes big scratches into it. So we'll see how many more times we'll have to do this. But we're putting on the second coat of stripper now. All right, there's our second coat on there. Pretty surprised that like almost 1/3 of it came off the first time. But I'm seeing other stuff bubbling pretty good now since the 40 really bit into it. That's only been on there for about 2 minutes now. And she's really bubbling. That's cool. Yep. So you sand in between coats. All right, I'm gonna eat my bagel now. So I wanted to show you guys what type of adhesion you need on a tub for it to last like more than 15 years. So here's a tub. It's an old job. It was done almond many, many years ago. I know the company that did it. They've been around here in this city for probably like, the son's taken over, so I think like 35 years. But here is an example of the type of adhesion you can have on a tub, and it will last over 15 years. So check this out. Look, there was no stripper there. See that? See how that's stuck there like that? When it's stuck like that, it'll last over 15 years. It'll actually wear through the coating. This one actually wore through. It was beat up and it wore through. But when I do my test towels and I put it in water 5 days and 5 days and I take it out and I scrape it, you know, and it's got this type of adhesion on it, I know it's gonna last many, many years. So that's basically what you're looking for, is adhesion like that. If you take it, it peels right off, you're gonna have all kinds of problems. All right, I gotta get back to scraping. Here we are after the second coat. It's almost there, like on the sides. It'll all come off on the sides really fast with a razor blade. But what I'm kind of disappointed is how it took it off on the bottom, because there's these waves that go on the bottom, and I basically want all that gone. So we're gonna clean it one more time. We're gonna scuff it a little bit. I'm gonna put some stripper up in this part just with the brush, and then I'm gonna coat the whole bottom, because the sides will come off easy with a razor blade. I already peeled the top surface with a razor blade real quick. So this is where we're at right now. This has got 2 coats that I put on it. I scraped it, I cleaned it again, and I took my 40 grit, and this time when I cleaned it with water, because it was starting to get all gummy, because I had 2 layers of, you know, still residual from the first layer, and then after I sand, I still had a little bit of the second layer of the stripper I'm referring to. So it was getting really gummy, and it wasn't penetrating the coating that well. But a lot did come off my second. I'm gonna do the third and final. It will basically all scrape off with this guy. Super easy. It just peels right off. But I don't want to have to sit there and scrape all in between all these waves. And then I'm gonna have to get my sander out, which I'm probably gonna have to anyways, but I'd rather have as little dust as possible in this bathroom, because I don't wanna have to re-clean everything like way up there and stuff. They've already installed some new fixture and stuff, so I'm gonna try to avoid getting dust anywhere. So I'm gonna put a thin third one on, and then I'm gonna clean it, scrape what's left. We'll see how much more we get. Here we are. Now we're gonna take the last little bit of it off. I haven't started scraping yet, but I put a little bit on the bottom, a little bit on this stuff, and now we're gonna wash it all off and I'm gonna peel all the rest off with a razor blade. Here we go. So here we are. This is what it looks like after I did it. I did take my die grinder here, one of these wheels on it, and I went over the entire bottom just to get in between there. So here we're almost 2 hours into it, and we still have to take a razor blade to this, but I want everybody to understand that, you know, even though I've been here 2 hours staring at this job, I haven't been working for 2 hours. We're talking like maybe 40 minutes of actual working time. The rest of it was drinking coffee and eating a bagel and waiting for the chemical to work. So, not so bad. Here we are, finally ready to tape. Brand new. Jimmy the Machine is just packing up. There we go. He's getting ready to just pop his noodle right off. And we are getting out of here and on to the next one. Let's get going. Here we are, all brand new, like Mr. Magoo. That's right. Let's do the tour. Can't beat it. She brand new. That's right. All right, and I'm Matthew, bathtubrenew.com, porcelain surgeon, liquid porcelain technologies, and we will see you on the next video. Yeah.